Is there still sexism in the film industry today? To answer this question, let's do a bit of research. This study will situate itself in the lens of feminine representation in French film and how this feminine representation translates into sexism within the French and American film industry. The main argument of this research is how the film industry currently limits female actors despite progressive changes due to males being in control of feminine representation till this day. These limitations are in the form of the type of roles that are offered to women and how these roles are portrayed. The French ideal woman is sexy, stylish, laid back, and submissive. This is important because it represents aspects by which a woman is considered feminine by the male gaze. Let's take a look at Eva Green. Eva Green was born on July 6, 1980 in Paris, France, and physically embodies what the ideal French woman should look like. Her debut was in the movie Dreamers as Isabelle, a twin in college. Green's unique quality, blend of innocence and sex appeal allowed for her character to be young, elegant, and an erotic seductress. This characteristic of Green is resembled in all of her characters. The next milestone in her career was her appearance as Vesper in the James Bond movie Casino Royale. Green became popular in Hollywood and had more liberty to start choosing her own roles due to the new gained stardom. This is the start of Green taking on the darker, empowering roles to which she responded in an interview. "I don't want to be put in a box marked weird witch." Some of these roles which led to this statement are Sibylla, the queen in the Kingdom of Heaven, Amelia, the schizophrenic in Franklin, Seraphina, the witch queen in The Golden Compass, Vanessa Ives in Penny Dreadful, and many more. All Green did was take on roles which no longer were laid back or submissive, but in turn, it created a darker, different perspective of who Green was as a person. Let's take a look of how Green began to choose more empowering roles through her work. In The Dreamers, Green portrays a young girl who does not believe in love, as one of her lines in the bathtub scene was, "There's no such thing as love. There are only proofs of love." In Casino Royale, Green is a confident agent, and it shows in the car scene with the dialogue between James Bond and Vesper. James Bond: "No, don't you worry. You're not my type." Vesper: "Smart?" James Bond: "Single." In Empire: Rise of the 300, Green is a strong, powerful fighter and shows her dominance with her lines after a fighting scene which she won. "Do not forget who put the crown on your childish head, my king. Now sit on your golden throne and watch this battle from safety I provide you." Her lines become stronger, witty, and confident. However, her characters as a whole are more condescending. This is the male connection that a woman who speaks her mind thinks she is better than the people around her. Yet, you can see how her physical appearance still embodies the sex appeal of the feminine. This starts to create stigma within the female representation controlled by men, which falls into the category of sexism. The career of Jane Fonda, another French actress, helped support this argument. Jane Fonda is clear about the sexism that was present during the start of her filming career in the 1960s. Fonda speaks on how objectification and sexism were all around you in the movie business in the 1950s and 1960s. She admits to accepting any job opportunities offered to her. As Fonda said in an interview, "At first, I was just grateful to get offers. I had very little confidence in myself. I came up at the same time as Warren Beatty, and I remember him going to Hollywood saying, 'These are the only directors I will work with.' And I thought I would never do that. I'm lucky if anybody wants to work with me." The 1968 movie Barbarella was Fonda's big debut, which led to her stardom. Roger Vadim, the director of Barbarella and ex-husband of Jane Fonda, says that part of his craft was to create a free woman. Regardless of intention, this is admitting to creating the mold of what a woman should be. Fonda's role as Barbarella was very sexualized and deemed women as clueless. Fonda now is an activist as well as actress. Fonda is a literal representation of women breaking out of the box that was built by men in the film world. Why is any of this important? You would think that sexism does not exist today, but it still does. The male concern of femininity, who women are, and what they should be like has affected what femininity means for a woman. Women are put on these pedestals, and it looks like they are being honored through the screen, but not in reality. The progress towards eliminating sexism has been discreet. Green may have chosen darker roles to prove her power of agency, but now struggles to not be put in a box regardless. This proves women are still limited to express the true meaning of the feminine in the film industry.